So there are a bunch of new releases that are on their way out. One in particular that I've been really excited about is the RALPHS Club Parfum. With that said, before the RALPHS Club Parfum comes out within the next month or so, I wanted to do a full review because I haven't reviewed this on my channel at all. I wanted to review the original, and that's the RALPHS Club Eau de Parfum, to let you know exactly what I get from it, to give you a little bit of an idea of what to expect from the RALPHS Club Parfum. Because knowing Ralph Lauren, he's not going to change it much. He's just going to make a true parfum. At least I hope he doesn't do that. But knowing Ralph Lauren, that's what's going to happen. So in this video, again, I'm going to be doing my full review on RALPHS Club Eau de Parfum. And so without further ado, let's get it. Alright my dudes, welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude, back with another full review fragrance video. And so before I get into the video, if you could consider giving my like and subscribe buttons a little bit of love, as well as if you do like my content or this video, please consider leaving a comment below letting me know if you're interested in RALPHS Club Parfum and what you think of the Eau de Parfum. Also hit the bell for future notifications if you want my videos sooner as well. But that's up to you. So again, I didn't have this bottle until about 2 days ago. I had a gift card, so I decided to get it. I had the fragrances. I had about 7 or 8 different decants that were sent to me by people. But I decided to go out. I ran out of those decants because I do like the fragrance. And I decided to do a full review now that I have the full bottle. There's not really anything going on with the box other than it says it's a 1.7 Eau de Parfum. I got the 1.7 out since the parfum's coming out, and knowing Ralph Lauren, it's going to be a true parfum because in any of his fragrance lines, the fragrances don't really drastically change from one to the other. So my guess is based on these notes that I'm seeing from the parfum, it's just going to be a slightly different true parfum to the Eau de Parfum. But with that said, I really do like this fragrance, and compared to other Ralph Lauren fragrances, it's actually quite different, but also it has a nicer bottle, probably my favorite Ralph Lauren bottle to date. It has this like whiskey flask looking thing with the cap that comes off. Also, the atomizers are better than like the Polar Red, Polar Blue. And it's a hefty bottle while not being too heavy. So other than that, you're not really worried about the bottle unless you're a collector. So I'm going to get into what the fragrance is like. So this is advertised as an aromatic, woody lavender fragrance, and although that's pretty much what this fragrance is, they leave out one key thing that's actually a big game changer in this fragrance, and I'll tell you about that in a second once I give you the note breakdown. Like a lot of other designers out there lately, they've only been giving a few notes as the breakdown, and there's nothing different about this. So there's only 5 notes or 4 notes here. The top notes are lavender and clary sage. The mid note is Virginia cedar, and the base note is vetiver. So if you watched my live a few months ago, you know that I was talking about this fragrance as my first impression, and I said that it smelled very similar to YSL Eau de Parfum. I do apologize if anybody bought or didn't buy this fragrance based on that aspect, because to me, I actually, now that I wore it for a few months, I had a bunch of testers, and now that I have this bottle, it still has that YSL Eau de Parfum vibe, but it's more of just a vibe of it. It does do its own thing. This fragrance from opening to close is a muddled mixture of fragrances that you really can't pull what notes they are. You could say, hey, that's woods, not cedar. You could say, hey, that's florals, not this. Or hey, this is sweetness, not apple, or raspberry, or whatever. I'm just giving you examples. The only thing you really can pull is lavender. You know, I can get a little bit of sage just because I know that's in the breakdown, but other than that, I can't really get anything. What's confusing to me is that this is described as an aromatic, spicy, fresh, woody fragrance, even a bit of earthiness, if based on the description. And they don't even say anywhere about it a sweetness. They don't say sweet or fruity or ambery or anything like that. In this fragrance, one of the main things, if not the main thing in it, is a sweetness, almost like a fruity, ambery sweetness. It's from the opening to the closing. It's just there. I would actually go as far as to say there is amber as one of the main notes. So with that said, in the opening, when you first spray it on, you get this almost fruity sweetness, this fruity, ambery sweetness mixed with like a sweet, lavender. It's actually sharp for the first couple seconds, but then it kind of works its way in, which is where I kind of got the YSL Eau de Parfum vibes, but I don't do that anymore. So my best bet now is just spray it on, wait a few seconds, then smell it. So anyway, it smells like a sweet lavender mixed with this like fruitiness. Again, it's just a muddled fruit. I would say some kind of like pear or apple or something like that, or a mixture of fruits. All together, they're not prominent. They just provide a sweetness to it. Then you get that sweet lavender. And again, just because it's in the note breakdown, you could tell there's a bit of sage in there, but it's more of background note. And it never really becomes prominent throughout. The only thing that changes in this fragrance is as you work your way into the dry down, the sweetness dissipates just a bit. That fruity vibe that I'm talking about kind of dissipates, and you're just left with a sweet lavender woods. And the woods come up, and you're just lavender woods sweetness. That's what the fragrance is, open to close, except for, again, in the opening, you get a little bit of that fruitiness and a little bit of that sage. But other than that, it doesn't change much. I don't get much vetiver. I don't get really any patchouli like there is in most fragrances. You just get this amberiness, this sweetness, this lavender, and this woods. And it's really good. It's really good from opening to close. It is a fantastic fragrance. The reason I'm not spraying it on myself or anything like that right now is because I can't really smell. My nose is clogged. But it is a really, really good fragrance. It's one that I'm really excited and hoping that the Parfum is a much stronger version of this, because this is really versatile. I can say you can wear it day and night, pretty much all year round. I think it's better in the spring, summer, and fall. But with that said, again, all year round. It has that freshness, that spiciness, but also has that deepness and that heaviness. It can be worn casual or formal. I think it's a little bit more of a casual fragrance, but it's just a super versatile fragrance. The only drawback to this fragrance, and the reason I think that they're coming out with a Parfum so quickly, is because the longevity has issues. I would say I get about 4 to 5 hours on this fragrance, max. And the projection is a little bit below average. For the first like 25 minutes, it's pretty heavy, but then it just dissipates, and it's a moderate projector through and through for about 2 hours, and then it kind of just becomes a skin scent. I've had that issue since the first time I sprayed it on. It's just not the greatest projector. It's not the greatest longevity beast, but it does smell really, really good. So I hope that with the Parfum, it does fix those issues, because I like the bottle, I like the smell. I don't care if it's muddled. If the fragrance smells good, then it smells good. I don't care if it's a dollar fragrance and it's muddled and synthetic, because if it smells good, that's what I want to wear. And the RALPHS Club Eau de Parfum is synthetic from the opening to the close. I forgot to throw that in there, but who cares? If it smells good, I'm not a snob. I'm not a big snob. I don't care. I don't need to have natural notes or fresh notes. As long as it smells good, that's what I want to wear. So with that said, I apologize for the sound of my voice and the fact that I can't breathe out of my nose right now, but RALPHS Club Eau de Parfum is definitely worth a pickup. But as far as a reviewer and a collector, it's worth a pickup. If you're just somebody looking to get a new fragrance, I would honestly wait until the Parfum comes out, smell them side by side, and then make your decision on what you want to buy. Just wait a month or so, because if it does come out and it's very similar to this just as a Parfum and it just lasts longer, it would be the better option to purchase. So again, that's RALPHS Club Eau de Parfum. Really nice fragrance. Great lavender sweet woodiness. Through and through, really good fragrance. So if you guys like the fragrance, let me know. Let me know if you're interested in the Parfum, and I'll be back with another video. So thank you guys very much for joining me. Like, comment, and subscribe.